Hey guys, and welcome to another ComputerCraft tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how to make this program that will start up with your computer and prompt you to enter a password. Now you'll be able to have one password, which is this one, for actually running some sort of program or maybe entering a redstone pulse to open a door. So that's what you would put here. I just have program not supported yet. And the other thing would be to actually get into your computer. So that's this one. So I have two passwords. One is called password, and one is called debug. And what debug does is it actually runs the shell, and it allows you to get into the actual computer itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run you guys through what to do here and how to install it to your actual computer. Right, so right now I have at the top tries equals 3. So it's just an integer, it's just a variable, right? You can set it, you can play around with it. And what I have here is a loop that goes from here all the way down to here at the bottom. So it sort of hugs it. And it's basically while tries is greater than or equal to 1, you want to say please enter the password. So every time a try goes down, you get closer and closer to running out, and once you run out here, it says at the bottom, shutting down, and it shuts down the computer. Right, so let's go inside this for a second and see what happens here. And what we're going to do here is password typed is a new variable, it's a string, and it's equal to read this. And basically what this means is it just reads what the user types. And what this star means, when you pass it a star, is that when you type into the actual computer, it should show up as little stars for a password. Now, normally this is useful because people can't tell what you're entering, but it's really just a gimmick in this case because people can't actually see outside of your computer what it is that you're typing. I mean, unless they're standing next to you playing Minecraft. But that's just what that means. And what I have here is an if statement checking that if the password typed is equal to whatever you want your password to be. So this will be the password that actually runs a program. So if you want it to open a door, maybe you have door1 or something. That's your password. Or whatever. I just have it set to password. Right. And then you're going to say then, and then slow print correct password. Now, you could just normally print this, and it'll just all come up at once. But if you slow print it, then it just looks kind of cool. It's more of a command line, it just kind of looks cool when everything's printed character by character. Right, and I have here program not supported yet. So whatever you want to add, you could add a red pulse to a door, and eventually in another tutorial I'll show you how to add red pulses and use the red net and all of that. But right now I just have program not supported yet. Whatever you want to do. Some people I've seen have set it up to nukes, and they use nuclear codes on a computer. You can really get creative with this stuff because, programming, you can do whatever you want. So what I have here is else if, so as long as this isn't the case, then you want to check if password typed is equal to, and right now I just have debug. But basically what this does is it runs the shell, and the shell is just sort of the main computer. So when you enter the computer without the password, without this program in it, then you just get to the Craft OS and you can, do whatever. You can enter programs, all that stuff. But because this is run before all that, right now it has to have a way to run the shell. And so that's a separate password. So you have one password to run whatever program it is you want, whatever, red pulse, anything like that. And you have one to get into the computer itself. Right. So the next thing here is an else statement. And basically if neither of these things are true, then it does this. And what that means is it says incorrect password, tries left, and then it prints the tries. So it should say tries left, 2, 1, you have 3 tries to do it. And then it decrements the tries, so it says tries is equal to tries what it was before minus 1. So you just tries is lowered every time you get the password wrong. And what this means is, once you run out of tries, which I see up here in the do while loop, because it hugs it, so it's down here. That's where it ends. And basically what happens if you run out of tries is it says event timed out, shutting down, and then it just shuts down the computer. Now obviously you could just start it back up and try again, but if you don't know the password, it's pointless, right? You could just be doing this forever. Right. So now I'm going to show you where to actually put these files in your ComputerCraft folder. Right. So I'm just going to open up this, go to App Data, whatever your user is, then app data, roaming.technic launcher, and then techit. And this is just for single player in this case. But you're going to want to go to mods, ComputerCraft, LUA, ROM, and then startup here. And you want to make sure you save this file here as startup, and don't call it .text. Make sure it's just any file. You want to make sure it's not a .text file. So wherever all files is. So, or you can make it an LUA source file. Either way, you don't have to name it. You can just make it startup, and that way you can just make sure it's not any type of file. So sometimes you might need to enable file extensions so that you can actually see the file type and delete it. And to do that, you can just go to any folder like this, and you just press Alt. This is for Windows, of course, and go to Folder Options, and then View, and it should say Hide Extensions for Known File Types. Now, if you take that off, it'll give you the file type, and you'll be able to edit it. So if I change this here, it might load for a sec. But then if I look at any kind of file, it'll give the .text, and I can actually delete that. So make sure it's not any type of file at all. Right, so I'm just going to put that back here. Right, now I'm going to actually move on to the Minecraft portion and show you how this program works. So I'll see you on the other side. Hey guys, I'm back, and I'm in my little hut here. I'm actually in Technic SSP right now, only because I'm not playing on any server right now, just for the moment, because I'm just messing around with the different files and playing with things. So now I've opened my computer, and as you can see, because I put my thing in the startup file, it's prompting me to enter my password. And you'll notice, like I said before, everything shows up as a star when you type it. So I'm going to type in password, and it says program not supported yet, like I said. Now if you hold Control and then R, it should restart it. So now say we wanted to do that again, but this time I typed something wrong. Now it'll tell me that I don't have enough tries left. I have 3. Enter it again. Enter it again. Well, actually it says tries left 1. Really, you want to lower that number by 1. That's just a small mistake. Either way, if I type debug now, it should come up with the Craft OS. So now I can just type programs, do whatever I want. I can do all kinds of red probe, and then you can find out the inputs. You can do pretty much whatever you want. So this just allows you to enter your computer or start a program depending on what you set it to. So that's it for today. And actually something I forgot to mention is that if you're installing this on a server, it's just a bit different. It's pretty much the same, but what you have to do is, instead of going into mods and ComputerCraft and then doing the file, I think there's mods, ComputerCraft, and then you have to pick which computer, because on a server it's a little bit different, and there's like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to find out which computer it is, and then just put the file in there. But yeah, so one more thing is that I was just wondering whether you guys wanted me to, just teach you LUA and just you guys can figure out what programs to make on your own, or if I should just keep doing stuff like this where I just sort of lightly explain everything but don't go into heavy detail about how it works, and just, give you the functionality rather than the actual learning about LUA. So if you guys can say in the comments which one you'd like, that's fine, and look forward to more of these ComputerCraft tutorials. I'll see you guys later.